Warm welcome to all. This is Agalya from Department of Food Service Management and Dietetics, Kaveri College for Women, Autonomous Trichy. Today we will discuss about leadership styles. Leadership style is the way a managerial leader applies his influence in getting work done through his subordinates in order to achieve the organizational objectives. The main attitude or belief that influences leadership style is the perceived role of manager versus the role of subordinates. These are the various styles of leadership: autocratic, democratic, free reign, functional leader, institutional leader, and paternalistic leader. Autocratic leadership. When the authority and decision-making power are concentrated to the leader is known as autocratic leadership style. There is no participation by subordinates. The leader takes full authority and assumes full responsibility. Planning, policies, and other working procedures are predetermined by the leader alone. They convey the information about what to do. He never takes any advice and suggestion of other people. They structure the entire work situation in their own way and expect the workers to follow their orders and tolerate no deviation from their order. They are just like tyrant rulers. Features of autocratic leadership. He makes his own decisions and he does not take any advice of others because he thinks he is only superior. His position gives him personal authority and right to lead the members in any way he decides. Reward and punishment is exercised by him very strictly. Autocratic leadership style believes negative motivational tools. An autocrat leader does not give full information to the members. There is only one communication to maintain the position. An autocratic leader describes each job in detail and imposes rigid work standard on his employees. It means the subordinates are compelled to certain work assigned for him. Let us discuss about the advantage and disadvantages of autocratic leaderships. Advantages. It is useful in emergency or in war. When the workers are undisciplined and uneducated, it gives the best results. When the laborers are not organized, it is more effective. There is no need of trained labor. It may be used for untrained workers. It is prompt process of decision making as the single person decides for the whole group. Disadvantages. Subordinates are not involved in the process of decision making in autocratic leadership style. It does not emphasize on correct evaluation of employees' performance. The morale of employees are so low. There is no chance of management development. There is no chance of two-way communication. Creative ideas and thinking cannot be used in autocratic leadership style. Next, let us discuss about democratic leadership. When the authority and decision-making power are decentralized to the subordinates is known as democratic leadership style. There is participation by subordinates. The leader delegates authority and provides responsibility even to the followers. Planning, policies and other working procedures are determined by the leader along with the suggestion of the followers. He conveys the information about what to do and how to do just as a consultant. They are just like democratic rulers. Features of democratic leadership. A democratic leader delegates the responsibility as per the capability of the employee. There is participation of all subordinates in decision making. Human values are also given preference. The leader gives concerns for the followers. Democratic leader imposes flexible work standard, designs goals with freedom for the performance of work. A democratic leader emphasizes in results than on action. Next, advantages of democratic leadership style. Good cooperation among employees is made in democratic leadership style. Employees are highly satisfied and their morale is increased. Human efforts are highly recognized. It helps in increasing in productivity. Policies, planning and other working procedures become better because different kinds of logic, idea and creativity are mixed. Subordinates have grown considerable freedom of action that helps to increase the personal growth and gets opportunity to utilize their capabilities. Disadvantages of democratic leadership style. It takes long time in decision making. A leader may have to be responsible in this style. It is not suitable when the followers are undisciplined and untrained. It is not suitable for untrained subordinates. Next, free rein leadership style or laissez-faire style of leadership. When all the authority and responsibility are delegated to the subordinates, it's known as free rein leadership style. The leader who believes on this style is known as free rein leader. The free rein leader doesn't use the power and leaves the power to the subordinates. He or she doesn't provide any contribution to make planning and policies. This type of leadership style is very useful when group members. It is also known as laissez-faire style of leadership. Features of free rein leadership style. Subordinates have complete freedom in decision making. The subordinates are self-directed, self-motivated and self-controlled. The role of free rein leader is to provide facilities, materials and information to the employees. The leader doesn't interfere in making planning and policies. Advantages and disadvantages of free rein leadership. Advantages. The employees are satisfied in their job because they are free in decision making. The morale of employees increases. The employees are highly developed because there is maximum possibility for the development of workers. Creativity and potentiality of subordinates are fully utilized. Disadvantages. Leader contribution is ignored. Sometimes the subordinates are not self-directed. Subordinates should not get the guidelines of the leader. Next, let us discuss about functional leader. A functional leader is one who is an expert in a particular field of activity. He has risen to the position of a leader by virtue of certain special skills that he possesses. He does not command any formal authority. Such a leader always thinks of the task he has undertaken and spends most of his time finding out ways and means of doing it better. The functional leader will be able to offer help to his subordinates, approach him for certain genuine job-related problems. The leader expects the subordinates to perform to his level, and if the followers are not very serious about their work, he may demand performances. Merits. The very presence of an expert or a functional leader is beneficial to the followers and the organization. As the functional leader is a specialist in a particular field of activity, the subordinates can certainly enrich their job knowledge and skills. Demerits. The functional leader will not be able to go to the level of an average worker and offer any help. The leader may sometimes demand performance from followers and this may frustrate them. The functional leader is taskmaster. He can successfully guide only subordinates who are efficient. Next, let us discuss about institutional leader. An institutional leader is one who has become a leader by virtue of his organizational hierarchy. For example, a person appointed as a general manager of a concern. Merits. He has official authority to act. He can demand performance from subordinates irrespective of his own credentials, and the subordinates are officially answerable to him. Demerits. As the institutional leader may be expert in his field of activity, he will not be in a position to offer proper guidances to his followers. Although the leader has the official right to demand performance from his followers, he may not have the moral right as his own credentials are less. Next, let us discuss about paternalistic leader. A paternalistic leader takes care of his followers in the way the head of the family takes care of the family members. He is mainly concerned with the well-being of his followers and ready to protect them. This style of leadership is based on the sentiments and emotions of the people. A paternalistic leader is like a father looks after his family. He helps, guides and protects all of his subordinates, but under him no one grows. Merits. He assumes a paternal role to protect his followers. He is always ready to provide the necessary physical amenities to the subordinates. Demerits. He is not in a position to offer intellectual help to the followers. Those followers who are capable and achievement oriented do feel frustrated as the leader is not able to guide them to enrich their job knowledge and skill. Thank you.